Yo, Caleb.
Hey. How are you, man? Thanks for having me on.
What's going on, dude? We just got
not much.
We just got done blasting fucking Twilight, man. And dude, you guys are on fire, man. What the fuck is going on?
Thanks a lot, man. You know, it's been a long time coming for this band, you know.
Yeah.
Getting the right people involved, it finally hit it off. You know, we've only been playing together since September. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, dude. Well, I know it kind of goes back further, though. I mean, give us a little brief history and rundown on, like, how the band got started and how long you guys been doing this and how it got to this point.
Yeah, absolutely. So all this started about 8 years ago. I was 16, writing black metal, just living the dream. I met some vocalists who played amazing guitar, did some great work together. COVID happened, and after that, things just sort of went our separate ways. That's just how it is, you know. But once everything finally got back to normal, you know, I finally had the time again to bring this out of the darkness. And, you know, things didn't work out with our previous vocalist, unfortunately, but I found the right team, started meeting up in September, and we've just been rehearsing every week, writing songs every 2 weeks. We got a new one pretty much. It's just been crazy, so quick. Got a lot of support from our local scene, from all the people out in Tampa as well. It's been great, man. It's been great.
Hell yeah, man. Dude, I can't believe it's been that long, man. I remember talking to you back when you first started.
Yeah, man, it's been insane. It's come full circle, you know. Back when this all started, you know, you guys were the first people who really gave us a chance. So it's great to be here, finally releasing the album with you guys premiering it. It's fantastic.
Hell yeah, dude. Dude, it's an honor to me. For me, actually, it's an honor to even be a part of it, dude. Like I love it, man. I loved what you guys were doing before and like what you're doing now. It's brought it to a whole new level, man. And fucking Suffocation, former drummer Mike Smith, man. How did that come about?
So back when everything was happening when we first met, you know, our vocalist was good friends with Mike at the time. So he sort of set that up for us, and working with Mike was amazing. You know, I gave him the tracks that I wrote. I was like, hey, I'm not a drummer. You know, I'm just the guitar player. Here's sort of the ideas that I want. I trust your judgment. He was like, no problem. Within a month, he had the whole album done with way better stuff than I could have ever written. And he just knocked it out. Every single track that he did, no editing had to be done. He was just perfect, right on the mark. And he's the nicest guy in the world. Nicest guy.
How did you guys present it to him? Like, was it were you using like a drum machine on at first, or?
Yeah, so I had everything in MIDI, and then I just programmed the drums. And he got all that. He was like, all right, I know what you want. And he had way more symbols than I even knew existed, you know?
Yeah. Fucking symbols, man. That's a big part of... Dude, drum sets are so fucking expensive, man. I don't even know how the fuck they
Tell me about it.
Dude. I mean... No,
man. It couldn't be me.
Yeah.
That's why I got 40 guitars, you know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I know. And guitars, pedals, amps, all that stuff, that's expensive too. But like drums, dude, that's like a whole nother level, man.
Yeah, and then you got to replace all the parts every once in a while.
Yeah.
Feel bad for them.
Yeah. Fucking, yeah, they break cymbals, they fucking bust drum heads and shit, man, all that stuff, man. But yeah,
strings are cheap.
That's cool though, man. Fucking, well, dude, he fucking nails it, man. And it sounds amazing. The whole band sounds great.
Thank you.
Can you tell us about the whole band, like what you guys have now?
So the first person I was able to find was actually our vocalist, Dom. When we found him, you know, it was difficult to find a vocalist to do black metal, especially in Orlando. Everyone wants to play death metal here because we're like the mecca between us and Tampa. So finding someone who wanted to do black metal was really difficult. We had a couple people audition. Our vocalist, Dom, he knocked it out of the park because I always wanted us to have a different type of black metal sound, you know. There's a million Dark Throne worship bands out there, and as much as I love it, I want to do something a little bit different. So he nailed his audition. And then our drummer, I sent her our single From the Pale Mist and Twilight. She learned all the drum parts in a week and just nailed every single note that Mike played. Once I heard her do that, man, I knew I wasn't going to get that lucky again. You know, there's only a small handful of people who can play the stuff that Mike Smith can play. Then our other guitarist, Dev, thank God for Craigslist, man. Let me tell you. People still use it, and that's the best way that I've found people. Our guitarist, Dev, can keep up. He can play everything. He can even write amazing songs, man. We got really lucky with all the people in this band. We all have the same ideas, same mindset, and same goals.
That's really cool, and that's something that's a huge part of it too, man. Like, you know, being on the same I guess wavelength or whatever. You know, like you gotta be friends with the people. You gotta be able to see like the same thing. You know.
Exactly. You know, black metal is an intense genre. It's a very hard sell for a lot of people, but it is one of the most expansive genres and the things that you can accomplish. So bringing all these people from different backgrounds and different influences together, the sky's the limit with what we can write and what we can create, you know?
Yeah, hell yeah, man. You know, it's funny, even though you call it is black metal, like, it is very unique. Like, it definitely has its own, this band definitely has its own unique sound to it, you know? Like, it's definitely, it definitely stands apart.
Yeah, you know, I try to walk a fine line between a traditional sound and then every once in a while I'll throw in a death metal riff, a thrash metal riff. Like the song Abyssal, very, very traditional black metal start, but then you get to the middle and things start to go more towards like a death thrash metal type of vibe, and it just goes on from there. You don't hear a lot of guitar solos in black metal, especially not melodic ones. So I thought adding that type of stuff really gives us an extra edge on promoting that musical expression.
Yeah. Fuck, why not? I mean, you know. Well, tell us a little bit about your musical background. Like, how did you get started, and what were some of your influences?
So I've been playing instruments since 2012, really. Maybe a little bit earlier. I'm not quite sure. But I started playing flute and guitar back when I was 12, 11. Just learning as much as I can, practicing as much as I could, playing in symphony orchestras, wind band, jazz bands, rock bands, whatever. Anything just to create music. Went and got my music degree from the University of Central Florida. Yeah. Now I spend my time teaching music all day. So everything I do is musical at this point in my life. It's a fantastic place to be. But, you know, as much as I love classical music, it's not something that I can see myself performing professionally the way that I want to perform with heavy metal music. It doesn't resonate the same way, you know?
Yeah. You know, that's something I was going to ask you about, because I knew that you went to musical school, and I mean, that's fucking cool though. Like, I think it's cool because it gives you you have a very rounded palette, you know, to work with, you know, because you can draw from so many different things, probably whether you know it or not, you know, like it's sort of there because it's you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, to me, all music is good music. Whether I like it or not, somebody out there spent the time to write it, somebody spent the time to listen to it and enjoy it. So it's really, really good to be able to appreciate all these different genres, be able to perform all these different genres and incorporate them all into one thing. I want to just keep being as inclusive as possible with all of our music, because anyone should be able to listen to black metal and go, hey, that's a nice melody, or I really like how aggressive this riff is. You know, we can add, like, Tomb Mold just released a great album not too long ago with some really interesting, like, jazz guitar stuff in some of their songs. We need more of that in metal music. It's a way that we're going to get more people to listen to this type of stuff, you know?
Yeah, for sure, man. That's another thing. Like, you guys definitely have a few there's little parts and stuff here and there in some of the songs that take it in different directions that sort of unorthodox, you know, I guess you could say. But it's cool. I mean, it gives it a unique thing. There I go saying that again. But, yeah. I mean,
yeah, the goal is always to be unique. You know, I never want anything to feel like something you've heard before. I want it to feel familiar for sure, but it needs to be fresh. It needs to be a new take on something familiar. And black metal, like I said, is one of the best genres to do that. There's just so much different stuff you can do with it. So many different subgenres of black metal, and even subgenres within the subgenres. It's crazy, all the different things that you can reach out to.
Yeah, it is, man. It's pretty open wide, dude. That's cool. As far as your influences, what were some of the bands that you were listening to growing up that got you into playing music?
So, my earliest memories are listening to Metallica, you know. Kill 'Em All. It was one of the best albums I ever heard when I was like 6 years old.
Yeah.
From there, you know, I grew up when all the new metal stuff was coming out. I went out into Disturbed. From there, found deathcore with, like, As I Lay Dying. And then was like, hey, this isn't heavy enough. You know, I need something more. So then I found Cannibal Corpse, and it was just a rabbit hole from there.
Yeah.
You know, I listened to Eaten Back to Life for the first time, and I was like, holy shit. I can't believe what I just heard.
Yeah, man. Skull full of maggots.
So good. Not a bad song on those first couple albums, man. Love that stuff. Then black metal, it was a hard sell for me at first, you know. I didn't listen to the right black metal to understand what it was the first time I listened. But once I heard The Shadow Throne by Satyricon, I finally got it. It clicked. And I think that album is really the epitome of black metal writing, especially symphonic black metal. It's perfect beginning to end.
Yeah, those guys are awesome, man. As far as black metal, what kind of what's your favorite? I don't know. Like, as far as black metal bands go, like, which ones have you seen live, and what would be your favorite?
Seeing live, that's difficult. Being down in Florida, we don't get enough black metal, man.
Right.
Let me tell you. I recently saw Holder, and they were fantastic when they were on the Decibel tour. They were with Necrofire. Necrofire was fantastic live. Outside of that, I can't really say many of the black metal bands that I have seen, because, like I said, Florida doesn't get those shows. They all go to Georgia or Texas, and it's just a long drive up through that 8-hour state.
Yeah, it's really hard to get a lot of them over here now, you know, after the fucking pandemic and all that bullshit. Like,
yeah, man.
It's fucking terrible, man. Like, fuck, last time I saw Watain on the Lawless Darkness tour, and that was fucking insane, man. They came out with the dead shit all over the stage, and it was stinking like hell, man. Flames everywhere and shit. It was really, it was something, dude. And I've been wishing for them to come back ever since, you know. But, like, shit just keeps happening, man.
Yeah, you know, we're in like a great renaissance for death metal. I'm hoping that comes around for black metal too. You know, we got to get these bands over from Europe over here, man. We've got to get these American black metal bands playing.
Yeah.
We played a show with Profanatica and Nunslaughter and Tombs, and they were killer too.
Yeah, I was gonna say there are some really good black metal bands from over here too. Like, you know,
we've got some great stuff.
Yeah, Pro Fanatica is fucking insane too, man.
Oh man, they sound just the way they do on the albums live, man. It's impressive.
What was that?
And there's only 3 of them.
What was that like playing at that show?
Well, it was our first show as a band, so it was pretty crazy. High stakes, you know. But they were awesome. Nice guys. Not a bad thing to say about them. They played super tight, man. They're really talented individuals. All 3 of those bands we played with.
Nunslaughter too?
Yeah, man, I love Nunslaughter. I could listen to them all day. And they bring the energy live, man. It's incredible.
Yeah, those guys are awesome, man. I did an interview with them one time, and I fucking deleted it by accident before I fucking uploaded it because it was one of those times where I did a pre-record thing and I had it in the wrong folder, but I still got the tag from the end of it. But like oh man, I was so fucking pissed. It was cool, man. Too like we talked some good shit, but.
Yeah, they're great people. When we were talking to them, they were super friendly, super supportive. They just want everyone to be supportive of metal music in general.
Hell yeah. So what do you guys have coming up next, man? What do you want to, for all the people out there listening, man, what can you tell them?
So our CD comes out next Tuesday, May 7th. It'll be open at 12 a.m. It's available on Bandcamp, Spotify, everywhere the music will be streamed. You know, it's going to be great. I hope you enjoy it when you listen to it, because we worked really hard on this album. And I think the songs on it are something that you're not going to really expect to hear, especially not from a black metal band. If you're in Orlando, we've got a bunch of shows coming up in Orlando and Tampa. We actually have one on Wednesday opening for Oceans of Slumber, which will be a lot of fun. We've got just so much stuff happening for us right now. We just got confirmed for the Florida Extreme Metal Fest happening in September. So that'll be really cool for that.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. And you guys are doing all this DIY pretty much, right? No label, no nothing.
Yep, nothing right now. I mixed, recorded, mastered everything myself. It's been an intense ride, an intense couple months, really. But, you know, I have the team behind me to make it easy.
Well, dude, I'm just going to tell you right now, man, like this stuff, it sounds like it was recorded in a professional recording studio. You know, just as good as any fucking band out there that's on a big major label or anything like that, man. Like, you cannot tell. I can't tell. When I listen to it, I'm like, these guys are doing it, man. You're doing it.
Thanks a lot, man. It was a lot of trial and error to get the right sounds, you know. Many hours tearing my hair out at the computer, trying to figure out what frequencies I have to edit to make it sound clear with all that distortion, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know, man. Mixing stuff like this it's different, man. Like
oh yeah.
I think the faster the music when you're mixing it it's a little it's more tricky than
Absolutely. Mixing stuff like From the Pale Mist, the title track, drove me insane because of all the orchestral stuff in there. The violins and the piano. It was either I bury the vocals or I don't bury the vocals and I bury something else. So I spent hours just on that one song trying to make sure all the levels were right. You know, that was a pain, but it paid off.
Yes, it did, man. It definitely did. For all the gearheads out there that are wondering, man, because I know they're all listening, dude, can you tell us, give us a rundown of some of the stuff that you guys used in the studio to get these sounds?
Oh, yeah. So in the studio, I use Fractal FM3 hooked up to a Seymour Duncan Power Stage 170. It's really the perfect rig. It's small, it's compact, it weighs 10 pounds maybe. Can take it everywhere I go without having to worry. That's all hooked up into a Marshall 1960-something 2x12 cab. And I've got a Shure SM57 and SM58 right on the cone as we're recording that. And that's really it. We have EMG pickups. And I use an ESP, but really the fractal is a huge part of the tone and the power stage. Put those two things together and man, it's like golden.
That's badass, dude. Digital into fucking solid state. I mean, and it sounds great, man. Like as far as the fractal, like what kind of stuff are you using inside that? Like,
so all I'm using in that is a rip-off of an Engel Powerball, because it's probably my favorite amp ever made. It sounds amazing. With a noise gate and maybe a little bit of a boost. I don't remember off the top of my head. But it's a very simple chain. I want it to be as simple as possible so that I don't have to think too hard. I'm not good at thinking.
What about for the solos and stuff? Is it still the same, or?
It's pretty similar. I just put a bunch of reverb on it and back off the gain. When we're playing so fast, you have to back off the gain, even for black metal, just to make sure you get clarity. Because if you have clean recordings, if you can hear all the subdivisions of your notes, your music's going to sound faster.
Yeah.
So clean playing, clean recordings will make you sound faster, man.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. That's good shit right there to know, man, for all you fucking gear fucking nerds out there listening, man. Listen to this guy. He knows what he's talking about.
And if you're micing cabs, make sure you put it in the same place every single time. Find that spot. For me, it's straight ahead, right where the top of the speaker and the cone meet. Came out perfect every time that we did it.
Speaking of that, what kind of speakers did you have in that cab?
I think they're Celestion V30s.
Nice.
You never go wrong with those.
That's pretty much the trademark right there, man.
Yeah, man, they're perfect. It's a great rig. I could not be happier. And again, simple is the way to go.
Hell yeah. As far as the lyrical content, can you give us a general idea of like what some of these songs are about?
So a lot of the songs deal with being the human experience and how individuals react to different situations. It's about the emotional turmoil that a person will go through in their life. It's sort of a concept album almost, in the fact that it is a similar theme throughout all the songs, and the lyrics are there to communicate the feeling of emptiness that the music gives off. The feeling of angst almost.
That's fucking deep, man.
Hey, I didn't write them. I got to give all the credit to our vocalist for that. He did a great job. He's a great poet. He's got a couple books out there. But, man, could not be more lucky to get the people I have.
Hell yeah. How did you guys come up with the name Pontifex?
So, I was 16. I was thinking, oh, what's super evil sounding? Latin, that's got to be it. It's got to be Latin to be evil. So I just put stuff into Google Translate until I found something that stuck with me, that resonated. And Pontifex translates to high priest. So you can either take it as ambiguous or take it as ironic with the whole, relationship with the church and black metal.
I like it, man. And the logo, too, man. The logo is fucking sick as fuck, dude.
Oh, yeah. I'm so happy with how it turned out.
Who did that shit, man?
So that was done by Gregoth at Luciferian War Graphics. And I can't recommend their services enough. They're dirt cheap and quick turnaround. It took like a week to get the logo after I told them what I wanted.
Fuck yeah, man. Hell yeah, dude. And the album artwork, too, man. The album artwork is fucking off the chain, too, man. Who did that shit?
So that was from an artist in England called Carolyn Wallace. I actually have the actual painting, because it's a giant oil painting on canvas. She did a fantastic job, and I think we're probably going to go with her for album number 2. But, man, I cannot recommend her work either. Can't recommend it enough. My apologies. She did a great job, and it's just so perfect for what we need. The dark blues and the pale grays, it was exactly the type of mood that I was wanting to communicate with the album.
Yeah, man. And real artwork always fucking is just, it's just so much better, man. I mean, what's your take right now on the whole fucking thing with AI art versus real art?
Oh man, I hate AI art. I think it's great if you are doing like a reference, you know, it's great to have ideas, but then you get to a point where you're just going to be stealing from other people. And that's not why we do this, you know. We got to support everyone. We got to support our artists. We got to support our musicians. We got to support everyone involved. And getting AI into the mix, that's just a slippery slope. I mean, when are we going to get the AI musicians, you know?
We've already got them, dude. Like,
oh man.
Yeah. There was, oh man, I can't remember the name of it, but not too long ago, some fucking PR sent me a fucking promo for an album of a band, and they were like not even joking about it. Like they were just 100%. Yeah, this is AI fucking generated music, and I was just like, what the fuck? It's really weird.
That's crazy.
It's really weird.
I'm like, man, I can't imagine.
I'm like, what are you doing? Like who's gonna do the interview? Who's gonna play it live? I mean, what are they gonna do? It's so weird.
I guess you could put it at a rave or something.
I guess, man, but like, come on.
Yeah, that's crazy. AI should stay a thing to help people cheat in school.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I can see it being used as a tool to help in certain situations, but not like replacing not to replace the art, you know, of music or, you know, art, like as far as like a painting or something like that, you know. There's just something special about seeing the human hand at work, you know, like to see what people, what's coming out of their soul, man, you know, like whether it's a painting or a piece of music. I mean, there's just something special about it, you know, and it's cool to have the intricacies and the fucking, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect.
No, you know, and especially with black metal, if you make mistakes, leave it in. It makes it human. You know, we want music to be human. We want that connection with people when we're playing, when we're releasing music. We want people to hear it and resonate with it. You know, the amount of mistakes that you make, sometimes the mistakes make the music better. You know, those little things, little details.
Speaking of the human aspect, man, for the live show, what can you tell people to expect at a live show with you guys, man?
Don't expect what you would normally see from a black metal band. We are moving across the stage all over the place, man. We're not standing still. We're not, you know, we're not holding a goat's head or a pig's head trying to summon something. We're there to make you angry. We're there to make a pit. We're there to just be aggressive. It's a real fun show. Our vocalist does a great job. He'll jump into the crowd every once in a while. You know, we've got flutes live. We've got our guitars live. It's fantastic. And our drummer, man, you just got to watch our drummer if you ever see us. He's amazing. Nails every note.
Fuck yeah, man. Fuck yeah. All right, dude. Well, I guess I'm about out of questions for you, man. Is there anything else you want to let the people know?
Well, I just want to say thanks for having us out here, man. We really appreciate all you do for not only us, but for everyone in the scene. And for anyone listening, please feel free to reach out. Feel free to follow our social media. Anything. Reach out to us on Bandcamp. Message us. We're happy to say hi at any time. We've got our album coming out May 7th. Make sure to check it out. Spotify, Apple Music, Bandcamp. We have physical CDs that we're going to put up on our Bandcamp as well. Come see a show. If you don't see us, go out and support your local bands. It takes a village to make anything possible.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And today is Bandcamp Friday, so if If you guys are listening to this right now and you're liking it, man, go there, go to Bandcamp and throw them some fucking bucks, man.
We appreciate everyone listening. Really do.
All right, Caleb. Well, before I let you go, can I get you to make us a station tag real quick?
Hell yeah, man.
All right, whenever you're ready, say something like, "This is Pontifex, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio."
This is Pontifex, and you're listening to Metal Devastation Radio.
Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah, man. Thanks a lot for taking the time to talk to us, man. I really appreciate it, dude.
Thanks for having me, man.
Hey, anytime, man. Any fucking time. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to blast some more Pontifex for these motherfuckers so they can go crazy, all right?
Perfect, man. Thanks a lot. We really appreciate this.
You're welcome, dude. Thank you for taking the time, dude. We appreciate it.
All right, man.
All right, man. Later. There you have it, folks. Pontifex live on the Zach Moonshine Show with Metal Devastation motherfucking radio. Like I said earlier, put your speakers in your windows. Put them in your front lawns. Put them in your neighbor's driveway. Do whatever the fuck you got to do, man. If you don't see U-Haul trucks everywhere, what the fuck are you even doing, man? Seriously, dude. Crank it the fuck.